David Rockefeller was an American investment banker who served as the chairman and chief executive of Chase Manhattan Corporation. Now, he was noted for his wide-ranging political connections and foreign travel, in which he met with foreign leaders. At the time of his death, in March 2017, Forbes estimated Rockefeller's net worth to be about $3.3 billion. He liked collecting beetles and left a hoard of 150,000 specimens to Harvard on his death. He also liked collecting people. His Rolodex, that's a small file for holding names, addresses and telephone numbers, contained more than 1 lakh contacts. They say that if he laid out end to end, its cards would have stretched to 16 miles. Now, Rockefeller recorded interactions with the people he had met since 1940s, not just names and dates of when he met them, but also detailed notes on everyone from virtual strangers to his closest friends. Now, some of the people on it range from Nelson Mandela, Pablo Picasso, Bill Gates, and presidents and prime ministers of various countries. Rockefeller actually realized the cognitive constraints that limit the size of human networks and found this was the way to overcome it. Now, over the course of his career, Rockefeller visited 103 countries and met more than 200 heads of the states. He continued working and traveling abroad well into his late 90s. By the time he passed away in 2017, David had spent over 50 years collecting 2 lakh notes on over 1 lakh people, all written on standard index cards. He later ascribed his success in business and in life to this system that valued serving others before himself. Friends, remember the saying, it's not just what you know, but often who you know that really matters. There is power in networking, or rather exposure. Haven't you heard people complaining and lamenting? How did he get the promotion and I didn't? I have worked so hard over the years and everyone knows me as much more senior than him. People know I'm far more talented than he is. How can this ever happen? Unfortunately, it's a familiar story. A highly skilled, talented and hard-working professional shocked about missing out on a well-deserved promotion. So what could have gone wrong? One of the key milestones of career success is attaining promotion and a salary raise. And in order to get a promotion, many believe that they can get one by simply doing the job well and exceeding expectations. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Often you will hear this narrative, work hard and you will get ahead, that proclaims that hard work and commitment will always yield results. We have heard all our lives, but has it really worked? Has your hard work often gone unnoticed? Or have others who have not worked as hard as you moved on, leaving you behind? However, according to H.J. Coleman, in his research published in the book Empowering Yourself, he tells why your career might be slowing or has hit what is called as the glass ceiling. Coleman divides the essential elements of success in the business into 3 main elements called as the P formula. P for performance, which Coleman suggests is just 10% of the success formula. I stands for your image, which he states is contributes to 30% of success, and E for exposure, which he says is valued 60% of the success formula. Now, the first one is performance. Performance is the foundation of success. While Coleman says it is only 10% of success, without it, you can't really move up. This is about your day-to-day work, your task with, and the quality of results you deliver. Many people are misled to believe that they only have to do a good job to get ahead. This belief causes so many to work tirelessly only to find themselves being passed over for opportunities to grow. It's frustrating and will often leave them with feeling of hopelessness that will cause them to stop delivering their best work. Performance will get you paid, but remember, image and exposure will get you promoted. When you feel like you are giving your all and you are not getting the recognition you desire, it may be time to start focusing on the other 2 elements of the pie, that's your image and exposure, instead of slowing down your performance. Now comes to the second aspect of P, your personal brand. Your image matters. In fact, according to the P, image accounts for 30% of the reason someone is or is not successful. How others perceive you and how you make others feel is just as important as the results you deliver. It is concerned with what co-workers that you work directly with think about you. This is about your reputation, including how others in and outside your organization perceive you. Your image impacts the first impression people have when they meet you and how they interact with you on an ongoing basis. Remember the phrase, your reputation precedes you. Learning how others view you gives you the opportunity to either confirm that your personal brand is represented exactly the way you want it to be, or that there are areas open for improvement. The third and the most important part of the pie is the exposure. Out of all the three elements, you might be surprised to find out that exposure is linked to being the most important key to success. It accounts for 60% of what makes us successful. To get ahead, you have to build relationships with people. Who knows about you and what you do? Does your boss know what you do? Does their boss know what you and what you do? Do others inside and outside your organization know anything about you? It's about who knows about you and what you do. It's visibility you have inside and outside your organization. You might have a list of career accomplishments, a mile long, but if you are the only one with the access to that list and no one else understands the extent of your contribution or the impact that you are having on the organization, you will be standing behind the door when the promotions or the salary raises are being handed out. When was the last time you promoted yourself of what you do and how well you do it to someone who matters in the organization? In an organization that employs an army of workmen, it is possible that your work or effort goes unnoticed. So where do you start if you want to increase your exposure at work? Many people worry that by self-promoting, they will be accused of showing off. Now, exposure is who knows you and knows the value you add to your organization. If you are doing a great job and nobody knows about it, you will be doing that great job and staying in that same position forever. Now, without bragging, put yourself in that position where you can let people know what you do and how you are actually helping the organization reach their goals. One way of increasing exposure or visibility is by preparing what is called as your elevator pitch. This is a short, pre-prepared speech that explains what you do and your role and your achievements. A networking pitch, which was originally termed as an elevator pitch, because it is the time an elevator takes to go between floors, generally 30 to 40 seconds, you should be able to articulate your value proposition, the skills you have and the positions you are seeking. What if you work in a large organization and you happen to meet your CEO of your company in the same elevator and he doesn't even know you or what role you play or what value you bring to his organization? Are you going to let that small window of opportunity of few seconds go past without striking a quick conversation that can open new doors to your life? When meeting networking contacts, recruiters and hiring managers, the elevator pitch is your one chance to make a great impression and present yourself with clarity. No one wants to listen to a long, drawn-out speech. Exposure acts as a catalyst for your image and performance and can make all the difference in your life. Friends, understanding the concept of P is important for you to grow and to live the life that you desire to live. Take a moment to think about how you are currently doing when it comes to your performance, image and exposure, and identify what element do you think needs most work.